different setup today because StreamYard doesn't appear to be working. But we are here today just to have a little tribute, really, to a couple of shocking bits of news that have just come out over the last sort of 24 hours or so. Of course, the loss of Trevor Francis and Chris Bart-Williams. Yeah, and I know not really Arsenal players or connections, but I thought nonetheless it was a good idea just to come in and just have a few words about the two greats of the game. Actually, of course, I'm a little bit older than the other guys on the channel, perhaps, and perhaps I will remember a lot of the guys a little bit more than the others. So let's start with Trevor Francis, shall we? In the same year that I was born, he became the first £1 million player when he made the big move from Birmingham City to Nottingham Forest. Became very influential in that Forest side that won the European Cup, the old European Cup. Actually scored the winning goal in the '79 Cup final against the Swedish side Malmo. Let me just see where we are. He had 52 caps for England and 12 goals. And a very, very successful career in general. He had the spells in Italy as well, one of them few Englishmen to go overseas and do very well. Had spells at Sampdoria and Atlanta. Many thanks to my brother for reminding me of them. Glasgow Rangers, of course, and QPR. He's also, so I largely remember him actually as part of his being a manager. Started off as the manager of Queen's Park Rangers, but then a big spell Sheffield Wednesday. Of course, myself and Posh Bertie covered one of the cup finals from '92. Actually, both of them for Sheffield Wednesday against Arsenal. So yeah, big spell '91 to '95. Then spells at Birmingham City and ended his managerial career at Crystal Palace. Trevor Francis passed away yesterday at the age of 69. I believe he had a heart attack. He did have heart issues about 10 years or so, but nonetheless, this still makes it very, very difficult and quite a shock to see the game you lose someone like that. Did have a spell on media as well. He did work for Sky Sports for a while, so that he will be missed. That is absolutely for sure. And of course, I mentioned Trevor's spell at Sheffield Wednesday and playing in that, managing that side in the cup final against Arsenal. Well, one of the members of his squad there was Chris Bart-Williams, and I've woken up this morning to that truly shocking news. At only 49 years old, and it's only a few years older than me, that he's passed away suddenly. Chris, very talented box-to-box midfield player, really knew his way up and down the field, scored plenty of goals as well. Started his career at Leyton Orient. Went on to play for Sheffield Wednesday between 1991 and 95. And ended up having 124 appearances, 16 goals. Then made a really significant big move to Nottingham Forest. He actually signed at Nottingham Forest on the very same day as former Arsenal player Kevin Campbell back in '95. Really funny story told by Kevin on Sky Sports today, that it's saying to Chris that we've got to get suits and everything. We're going to have a big photo shoot and everything like that. I don't have a suit, he says to Kev. So off they went to get themselves suited and booted and ready for the spell out at Forest. Yeah, he was very successful in a very successful side at Forest as well. Of course, he had a big part to play in Forest getting promoted. I recall him playing up front one game and scoring a goal in Kevin Campbell's absence, by the way. It must have been in the second tier of English football, and they needed to win to get promoted. I do remember him making a bit of a jinky run and scoring on that day. We played alongside people like Pierre Van Hooijdonk, Brian Roy, and Ian Woan, Steve Stone, Stuart Pearce. It was a really, really good Forest side that held their own when they got into the Premier League. They, I think, on their first season back, they would have finished something along the lines of fourth or fifth. But again, really successful career over there. 207 appearances for them and 30 goals. My brother actually, when I tried to record this video earlier on, and I was having all sorts of technical issues, my brother informed me that Chris was had a few spells in Australia as well. However, yeah, he was reportedly he was getting involved in coaching as well, particularly in the ladies' game in the United States. But yeah, this was quite a shock to wake up to this morning and seeing that we'd lost two greats of the game. So yeah, I just wanted to sort of come on here today and just send my thoughts and best wishes to the family of both Trevor Francis and to Chris Bart-Williams. They'll be really missed. So yeah, take care of yourselves all. You never know what's around the corner. So look after all yourselves. And yeah, we'll speak to you another time. Take care all.